All right, guys. I'm going to start a little thing going on here where I'm going to kind of start recording a little bit of what I do as far as like building the scorecard and stuff like that. Tommy's asked me to kind of get this going, getting a couple of these going. So as I'm doing different stuff, I'm going to start going on to here to go to meeting and recording what I'm doing and showing y'all how I'm doing it, things like that. Getting y'all ready for the next level of leadership here at Vivint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing my screen. And I'm going to today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show how to build the scorecard with all of the information that we have and how we get it and things like that. So first off, we start off by going to openbuy.vivint.com. And unfortunately, y'all do not have access to this, but in the future, if and when you get leadership capabilities, this is where you would go. And in doing that, what you do is you go down to scorecards, which is down here, and obviously click on that. And we're going to start off with Field Service Manager bonus, the current month. I want to make sure we're clicking on that. As you can see, all the other months are here. Okay. So you just want to start off with the current month, and they update that the current month. And then here you see we have manager scorecard, SHP scorecard, SOS data, send data, app data, NPS, and install percentage. And in this folder, what you're going to see is this is everything that we are scored on right now for this scorecard. So you're going to click on manager scorecard, and it's going to pop up, and you're going to see everything. First off, you're going to see the very top, you're going to see the directors, which we have 4 now. We have Eugene, Charles, Brett, and Jerry. So right now, as a director, Brett is number 3. And then after that, you're going to see the regionals. And right now, as a region, we're sitting number 2. And then so on and so on. This is FSM starting here. So what you want to do is you want to click anywhere in this area, and you're going to see it turn blue right here. You go to the top and you scroll over to the right, and it says download. You're going to hit download and go to crosstab. And once you hit the crosstab, it's going to do some downloading. It's a lot of information, so it does take a few moments. And also, while that's doing that, you want to make sure that when you're doing that, you see right here begin date and end date. The end date's always going to be the day of the week it is right now, or the day of the month it is today, and the begin date is always going to be the first of that month. So obviously, we're in November, so we want to make sure that we're doing the November one, right? So obviously, we see that it's generated. Crosstab has been generated. You're going to hit download, and you see down here at the bottom of my screen, it says FSM new crosstab created. You want to touch that. When you do that, it's going to bring it up in an Excel spreadsheet. And I do apologize. I got the sniffles today. All right. And now that you see that we have a spreadsheet here, okay, this is what we see once I've completed it and sent it out to the team. So what we want to do here is we want to make sure that I always just take this frillis stuff out, the manager stuff. I'm going to go here and delete that cell. And I'm going to go here and delete this cell here. If you want to leave it, you can. That's no big deal. I just like to delete as much as possible and still get all the information that we need to be able to see. And then when it comes to FSM regional and director, I highlight those and I widen them out a little bit. That way that you can read the whole name on each thing. And then here I go to this line, right click, and I go up here and this one, sorry. You want to go to the actual paint can. I go here and I do the orange, right? Then you want to go to view, freeze panels, and freeze the top row. What that does is, as you scroll, you see that the row number 1 does not move. It does not change, right? So we want to make sure that as we're scrolling, we can see that NPS for number 13, David Azell, is right there, and so on and so forth. Then what you want to do is you want to scroll down and find your team, our team, which right now we're number 50 in the company, starting off in November. So I want to click on that and then right click, and that's when I'm going to go over here to the A, and I'm going to make that orange. Right? Oh, orange. There we go. So we see that we're at orange right now. So that way, as we're scrolling through, we can automatically say, okay, here's all the blacks. Oh, there's the orange. There's our team. And that's all the information for our team. Okay. Once you have that, you're just going to go here and drop that down, close it a little, close it down, and then you can go over and see how you got the tabs here. As the previous screen, you said it had each thing that you could click on. On the main scorecard, it has all those tabs right here at the top. So we're going to go to SHP scorecard and click on that. And this just came up. Okay, so then at the top you have Director, Regional, FSM, Pro, and their Pro ID. So what we want to do is click on this one. Again, this is a lot of information, so it's going to take a second. You want to scroll over, do the download the crosstab. And then it's going to generate it down here. You're going to tell it, yes, download it. Again, down here, it creates the crosstab. You want to hit that again. And then what I do is I go up here to this top left-hand corner, see this little triangle? You click on it and it highlights everything. You right-click in the middle of the screen and you hit copy. And then you go back down here to your first page because you started a new workbook here already. Add here. Then you go to this top one, right-click here and hit paste. All that information now, as you see down here, we're building a workbook. Okay, and this is the workbook that we will ultimately have multiple tabs on. So on this one, I usually just write SHP. So you want to rename that by right-clicking on it. You just right-click and go to rename. Okay, and then obviously we want to go here. I always take the Pro IDs out. That's each person's badge ID. You want to take Pro, FSM, Regional, and Director. I'm sorry, let me get back there. You want to take those top here. There we go. And you want to kind of widen those out a little bit. You want to make sure that you're not covering anybody's name up. You want everybody to see their name, right? So same thing here. Go here, right click. Oops, I did it wrong again. Hit automatic there. Click here. There you go. You get your orange. And then what I do is I go by FSM and I just start scrolling through. And this is a daunting task here. You want to go through and watch for my name, which is FSM. So we got Victor right here, number 75. Come over here, click on him, right click. Do apologize for that, phone's ringing. You want to right click on that and you want to make that orange. Okay, and then you keep doing that until you get all the way through the whole thing. And it does take a little bit of time. It is a daunting task due to the fact that however many people, SHPs we have in the company are on this list. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I miss some. But I always double check, want to make sure I double check and make sure I get everybody highlighted. That way, when you're looking at it, you can see. So what I do is I just go through and kind of slowly watch for my name. See, Brian right there, number 233. And keep going. And obviously it does get a little confusing because there are a couple of different Derek's that are, at least Derek Massacott right here. So it does get a little confusing. And as you're going through, you kind of get cross-eyed a little bit, but you'll make it through. And the reason we're doing this while I'm scrolling through and looking, the reason we're doing this is we just, like I said, we want to make sure that we're building leaders, number one, and we want to kind of show the behind the scenes stuff of what's going on, and get the next person ready. That's so that they have a little bit better of a grip and understanding whenever they get ready or they move up in the company and become a manager. That way, it's a little bit easier in your learning process of in your transition period to becoming a manager. You get a little easier, and when you get to that task of learning how to do it, you kind of remember a little bit. That was a little bit easy. There's two guys right next to each other, so that always makes it a little bit easier. All right, just scrolling through here, guys. Like I said, it takes a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pause, guys, and I'll get back with you. I'm going to go ahead. I think you got the grasp of what I'm doing here. As far as just scrolling through and finding my name, I'm going to pause and get back to you once I get it finished up. I'll be back in just a few. All right, guys. So what it is I went all through and I have check marked each person that is on our team, coinciding with their name and their location in the company. I will show you, since we're here, that currently we have roughly, what is it? Since I'm here, in field service, we do have 1,429 field service techs, smart home pros in the field. So it does take a little bit to get through it all. But what I'm going to show you is what I do is I go all the way through and I get to the bottom and I see that there's no more of our team there, and then I start scrolling back up. I do know that currently we do have 12 people on the team. So the fastest way for me to get through this is I start scrolling back up and I count each person on the team. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Victor makes 12. So we do have all 12 guys on the team accounted for and highlighted on the scorecard. So once we get to that point, we have finished with the SHPs for the whole company and where each of us stand within the company. You want to minimize that. This is the data that we just got, and it's just kind of sitting here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And yes, we want to delete it. We don't need it anymore. We have it saved in our workbook, which is right there. Okay, so we want to go back here again. Now, we're going to scroll over here and go by director. You want to click all and get rid of all the names, and then just go down to Tommy and hit apply. And you can go and check and see other regions and things like that. Not really a need to do that unless you want to look and see how the other regions are doing. And if you want to, that's fine. I do every once in a while, do take a look and see. But again, same as what we've been doing. Click here, turn it blue, go back to the top, scroll over to download and cross tab. You're going to do the download cross tab for each thing that you decide that you want to do, right? Once it stops blinking, I don't know if you saw it blinking, I'll make sure I show you on the next slide, but you click on it, it's going to pop up. Again, the little triangle to highlight, and you're going to copy. Then you're going to go here and build you another tab, and then paste here, right click, paste it all. Okay. Again, pro IDs, I delete them. You want to take pro FSM. On this one, you can take out director. We all know that we're under Brett, so you can delete here, and you can take out Tommy, because we all know that this is just the region now, and it will be labeled down here. Right click, rename region, right? So now we just have our pros and our FSMs. Take that, you want to widen it out so that we get all the names out there, right? And then you just want to look at the data and make sure that you don't have anything that's missing. Okay. And then you want to go here, view, freeze, top row. And then you want to go up here and hit this, make that orange. And then when I go through, I see Victor here, turn him orange, Brian, orange, Patrick, and so forth for each person on the team. And then keep scrolling. Rouse and Saunders are right next to each other, so that makes it easy. Dakota's right here. And then we're missing one. Where are we missing here? I believe we're missing Tyler. And let me see here. No, don't see our name here. Don't see Tyler's name here. So what you want to do is go back and count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're missing Tyler on this one. I will make notes of that and make sure that Tyler is getting added to the regional one. See how we got this here? See how it's just putting the little number signs? So that means that there's not enough room there to show it. So we just kind of split it out a little bit and show that. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, nope. Look right there. See? It's easy to miss. A lot of data here. There's Tyler. So we have all 13. Okay. So you want to drop that down. Get rid of that. And go back to our data here. Come on. And then that's when we can go by FSM. Right? And then you go down and find name and hit apply. And then now this is just going to be the team. And as you can see, here's just the team and how it lines up on the team. It's already been clicked for us right here. You can unclick it if you want to. Make sure you just, one of them turns blue. And then we go back over here to the cross tab. And then see how it's blinking here on the bottom? And then you click and there's our cross tab. Again, same thing. Copy. Go back to our already built one here that we got going on. You can rename this to team. Right click here, paste it. All right, now this one gets a little bit easier. We know that we all work under me, Tommy, Brett, so we can actually get rid of that. And I get rid of the pro IDs also. And you see that the names are a little not enough room, so we slide those over and give enough room. And then from here, again, view, freeze panel, freeze the top row, go orange here. Now on here, obviously I don't go and highlight everybody's name because it's just our team, so we don't really need to see exactly. One thing that I will say that we can do here is I like to go here and highlight everybody's name. I right click and I go right here and I hit all borders, right? It just kind of cleans it up a little bit. And then that way it just kind of cleans it up a little bit, and that way it's a little bit easier to read. Okay, now that we're done with that, you want to drop that down. It's a lot of repetitive here, guys. A lot of work, a lot of doing small stuff, but building the scorecard takes a little bit of time. SOS data, we can go to that now. All right, guys. So SOS data has popped up, and again, we have director, regional, all that good stuff down here. When it comes to this one, on the SOS data, all we're doing is collecting data for our team. So all we got to do is go down here and click on our team name, Derek Maroon, and let that data generate. I do apologize. For some reason, this always runs a little behind. So now we see that we have just our team here with SOS. So again, click, let it turn blue. Okay, then scroll over and same thing, cross tab. Download, and stop blinking down here bottom left and click on it. Get in triangle, right click, copy, go to our worksheet that we're already building here, and we can rename this SOS. Right, and then here, right click, paste it, and there we go. Always remove director, regional, and FSM, and Pro ID. Okay, and see how we have all these, all this here. That means that that block is too small for that information to be revealed. So we want to just open it up a little bit, as well as the pro name. And you want to kind of scroll down and make sure you're getting everybody's name in there. So it looks like we did pretty good. I noticed on Dakota we're right there at the edge of the M, so I want to scroll out just a little bit, and it's just for the looks of it. Okay, again, view, freeze panels, freeze top row. Again, right click, turn that orange. And then what I do here is to, let's see, we got this here, so let's go ahead and widen that a little bit. Okay, and then what I do from here is I see, okay, I always skip one person, so we got Dakota on here, so we're going to take Dakota's, all of Dakota, we're going to highlight him, we're going to turn that orange, and then you want to box that out, do all borders on that, so it's a little bit easier to read. Okay, and then we'll skip Dustin and go to Rouse. And same thing, orange and all borders. Skip, and then we got Jason. Orange, all borders. Patrick. All borders. And then skip Tyler, and then we'll go to Victor. All right. So once you get that done, you go up here. Okay, and then you can kind of read what it says here. Right here, the work order number. You want to widen that out a little bit, that way we can see it, and then we have our service number here widen that out. And then our corrective actions, which is, you can barely see, you want to widen that out a lot, because that's where everything's written, what we did at the job. And obviously we don't want to get too crazy. We can kind of tell exactly what happened. You don't have to show all the notes, but if you scroll over here, scroll over here, you see the rest of the information, when the new work order was created, and what we did there, right? We have ticket notes here that has not happened yet. So you want to go here, next work order, what happened there? Oh, hold on. And it will show exactly what we did, right? And it'll show the notes of what happened when we went to that job. Okay. I know it's a lot of information here, guys. Bear with me, we're almost there. So you want to go back up here and go over to Send30 data, and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll also do the same thing for Send30. We'll do it for app, and we'll do it for NPS and install data. Fairly simple task to do. I'm going to go ahead and pause and kind of finish this up. I think we all kind of got the idea of what's going on and what needs to be done. And please, once I'll send this out to everybody, and I will jump back on here in a few minutes once I get this completed and kind of show the finished product that we all see once I send it out each month, or each week, I'm sorry. And if y'all have any questions on it, feel free, once you kind of take a look at this and look over it, and let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and pause and jump back on once I get it finished up, guys. All right, guys, I just wanted to kind of bring y'all to this and show y'all while I had this up. Whenever you get to like SOS, I'm on the SOS page right now. Wanted to show y'all, obviously, Tyler is not showing up on here underneath the team. And the reason they're not showing up underneath the team, he's not showing up underneath the team right now, is because I'm sorry, it's not SOS, I'm on Send30. He hasn't been with the company or hasn't been out in the field for more than 30 days, or had an install go more than 30 days. And so once that happens, his stuff will start showing up on here, and he will be added to this. And I wanted to show y'all here that on the APP, on the app data stuff, no one is showing up under our team right now, just because we haven't had a sale this month or a same day BAMI happened, so nothing is showing up here. So I will not be posting that on the scorecard, since there's nothing there. And that's fine. We can do that. It's just saving a little bit of time since there's nothing there. Alrighty, team. I have officially finished the whole scorecard. And as you can see down here, we have the FSM, SHP tab, region, team, SOS, Send30, NPS, and install percentage. As I said a while ago, I was not going to add the APP due to the fact that we don't have any. So that's just one tab that we would actually add in here if need be. Again, I'm going to be doing a couple different of these videos or these chats and stuff like that to kind of show what's going on, to kind of start preparing people for the next level. Again, if you have any questions on this, guys, feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and I will definitely love to get with you and answer any questions that you might have. I appreciate it, and thank y'all for everything.